Doctors are warning everyone about 3 everyday foods that look harmless, but may be silently damaging your body right now. And the scary part, you probably ate at least one of them this week. Today's video is one that could genuinely change your health, your energy levels, and even your long-term well-being. Because today we're talking about something most people hear about, but very few actually understand. The top 3 foods doctors say you must avoid if you want to stay healthy, maintain a strong immune system, and protect your body from long-term damage. And these aren't exotic foods or rare items you've never heard of. These are everyday foods most people eat weekly, some even daily, without realizing what they're doing inside the body. So I want you to stay with me till the end of this video, because not only will I break down what these foods are, but I'll also explain what they do to your body, why doctors warn against them, and what healthier alternatives you can switch to starting today. And trust me, you'll be shocked by number 1, because most people think it's harmless, when in reality, it might be silently harming your health more than anything else in your kitchen. Let's begin by asking a simple question. Have you ever eaten something that tastes great in the moment, but afterwards you feel tired, bloated, or even irritated without knowing why? That's because the food we eat doesn't just fill our stomachs. It affects our hormones, our brain, our metabolism, and even our mood. Doctors all over the world agree that certain foods cause inflammation, trigger blood sugar spikes, weaken the gut, and even increase the risk of chronic diseases. And the scary part? Most people have no idea they're eating these things on a regular basis. Before we get into the list, let me quickly explain why doctors warn against these foods in the first place. Modern diets have changed dramatically in the last 50 years. Foods today are more processed, more sugary, and filled with artificial chemicals that didn't even exist a few decades ago. Our bodies were never designed to handle this kind of constant overload. And when the body gets overwhelmed, it reacts through inflammation, fatigue, digestive issues, skin problems, weight gain, and in the long run, more serious conditions. That's why awareness matters. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to what goes into your body. Let's dive into the first food doctors agree people should avoid as much as possible. This one is extremely common: sugary drinks. And when I say sugary drinks, I'm not just talking about soda. I mean fruit juices from cartons, energy drinks, flavoured coffee drinks loaded with syrups, and even so-called healthy drinks that contain more sugar than actual nutrients. One single can of soda can contain up to 10 teaspoons of sugar. Let's be honest, no one would sit and eat 10 teaspoons of sugar directly, but somehow drinking it feels normal. The moment this sugar hits your bloodstream, your body goes into shock mode. Your blood sugar spikes instantly, your insulin level shoots up, and your liver starts storing the excess as fat. That's why sugary drinks are one of the leading causes of weight gain and fatty liver disease. But the effects don't stop there. Doctors warn that sugary drinks increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart problems, and even premature aging. Why? Because sugar causes inflammation in your cells. It weakens your immune system, making you more vulnerable to infections and illnesses. And perhaps the worst part is how addictive sugary drinks are. They create a dopamine spike in the brain, similar to addictive substances. That's why people often crave them again and again. It's not your fault, it's the chemical reaction happening inside your brain. So what's the solution? Switch to water, sparkling water, unsweetened iced tea, or natural homemade juices without added sugar. And if you really need something sweet, blend whole fruits instead of drinking packaged juice. Whole fruits contain fibre, which slows down the sugar absorption and prevents the blood sugar spike. Small changes like these can dramatically transform your energy levels and your overall health. Now let's talk about the second food experts say you must avoid: processed meats. I know this one hurts for a lot of people because processed meat is everywhere. Sausages, bacon, hot dogs, deli meats, salami, pepperoni, and so on. The problem isn't the meat itself, but the way it's processed. These meats are packed with salt, preservatives, artificial colours, and chemicals like nitrates and nitrites. Doctors warn that when these chemicals enter the body, they can form carcinogenic compounds, meaning they may increase the risk of cancer, especially colon cancer. But that's not all. Processed meats are extremely inflammatory. They put stress on the gut, making digestion harder. They also contribute to high blood pressure due to excessive salt. And if that's not enough, processed meats are high in unhealthy fats that clog arteries, contributing to heart disease. So many people eat these foods regularly without realizing they're slowly damaging their cardiovascular system. Another major issue is how processed meats affect energy. Many people feel tired or sluggish after eating these foods. That's because the body has to work overtime to digest the heavy fats and chemicals. On the outside, you may only feel tired, but inside, your cells are under stress. The good news is that there are alternatives. Instead of processed meats, choose fresh chicken, lean beef, turkey, fish, eggs, or plant-based proteins like beans and lentils. If you love sandwiches, replace deli meats with grilled chicken or homemade shredded meat. Simple swaps can protect your long-term health and dramatically reduce inflammation in the body. Now let's move to the final and most surprising item on the list. Doctors everywhere warn against this third food, yet most households consume it daily without question. Refined white flour. Yes, the same flour used in bread, pizza, pastries, biscuits, noodles, and countless everyday foods. Why is it harmful? Because refined flour is stripped of all nutrients. No fiber, no vitamins, no minerals. It's pure starch. When you eat refined flour, your body breaks it down into sugar instantly, which means the same blood sugar spikes we talked about with sugary drinks also happen here. But that's just the beginning. Refined flour is extremely inflammatory. It slows digestion, increases bloating, and feeds bad gut bacteria. Over time, regular consumption of refined flour can lead to weight gain, insulin resistance, gut problems, and even hormonal imbalances. That's why doctors often tell people with diabetes, PCOS, or digestive issues to cut down or completely avoid white flour. It also causes cravings because it doesn't keep you full. You eat it, feel satisfied for a little while, then suddenly feel hungry again. That's because refined flour has no fiber to keep your stomach full and your blood sugar stable. So what are the alternatives? Whole grain flour, oats, almond flour, millet, or whole wheat options are much better for the body. These alternatives digest slowly, keep blood sugar stable, and provide actual nutrients. Even switching half your flour to whole grain options can make a big difference. Now that we've gone through all three foods, sugary drinks, processed meats, and refined flour, let's talk about something important. Avoiding these foods doesn't mean you can never enjoy life. You don't have to quit everything overnight. But awareness is powerful. Once you understand how these foods impact your body, you start making smarter choices automatically. The goal is not perfection, the goal is progress. Every small change counts. Doctors emphasize that your body is incredibly forgiving. When you start feeding it better, it begins to repair itself. Your energy comes back, your digestion improves, your mood becomes more stable, your skin looks clearer, your sleep comes deeper, your immune system strengthens. Your body is always trying to protect you. You just need to support it with the right fuel. As we wrap up this video, I encourage you to take the next few days and just observe your diet. Notice when you consume sugary drinks, processed meats, or white flour foods. See how your body responds. You might be surprised by what you discover. And if you found this video helpful and want more content on improving your health, boosting your energy naturally, and understanding what doctors really want you to know, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Your health is your most valuable asset. Treat it with care, and it will reward you with years of strength, vitality, and happiness. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.